There it is.
It's-
Welcome to the
it was
Bob and Tim
spinning and
Show.
spinning and spinning. I think it was going to come up.
Yep. So let's see if we're on the old internet here. Make sure you can see us.
There it goes.
Here it is. Up and
Can you hear
running.
us?
There, so I can see us. So some of you might be wondering, what the heck are we talking about Sturgis in 2023 for? Well, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about something. Well, maybe it's today, depending on where you're at. We're still in the Eastern time zone. We're in Indiana tonight. We are, what's it called? Howie.
It's
Howie.
Howe. I think they just say
I don't know.
Howe.
It's Howie to us. But so we're going to talk a little bit about what plans we're thinking about doing for next year in Sturgis. And what brought us to that is our trip traveling here to Sturgis, coming across the United States, traveling down the 90. We've been kind of thinking about some different things that we could do with you guys. So that's what we want to talk about tonight or today. Tonight here for us. Trying to get the thing to come
Yep.
up.
There you go. All right, Rick.
And so we'll
Long
give a few
time no
minutes
see.
to see if we can get a few people on before we get involved in all this. Travel's not been too bad. We're getting into the high 80s now.
Getting warmer.
Last night it didn't cool down. I think about 72 last night. So that was as cool as it got last night. Getting muggy.
There's a new name. Are you in Indiana? What's that say underneath? Oh, it says hi. Sorry. I thought it said IN.
You put your glasses on,
I
Granny.
probably do.
And
I don't have my purple ones. I got my pink ones.
so we're going to take
Hi,
a look
Nicholas.
and talk a little bit about next year. Because I know a lot of people this year are kind of thinking, maybe I'm not going to go this year because of the cost of gas and expenses. And, it's kind of late now. I kind of waited too long to make a decision to go. So, this year we're going to hold back. And we've got quite a few subscribers that have said that, hey, we're not going to go this year, but we're definitely going to go next year. So we want to talk a little bit about that tonight or today. I don't know where you're at. Today it's night for us. It's 5:45 here on the Eastern time zone. We're getting pretty close to the line.
Yep.
So we're
I think
only
tomorrow will be in
the
Central
city.
Time.
Yep, we'll be crossing over in
So we'll be
Illinois.
an hour behind. Illinois. Ken's
And,
on. Hey guys,
yep.
long ride from New Hampshire. This
Yeah.
is day 3.
And so we've been doing about 300 miles a day. This day she kind of messed up, and we were only doing 150-mile days the next 2 days. So we kind of overlapped that, and we ended up moving. Today, where we're at today is where we're supposed to be at tomorrow. And then tomorrow, those 2 days are backwards. And then we're actually going to spend about 3 or 4 days in
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So
And,
some of you guys live in Minnesota, so we're going to be
what town are we gonna be
probably
in?
Spring Grove. I think it's Spring Grove, Minnesota.
So if you're anywhere near there, you can come by and visit with us. I don't know what's there yet. We'll have to wait till we get there and see. But we get there on Friday sometime. Be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I guess we leave Tuesday.
Yes, we leave Tuesday.
Yeah.
The 28th,
And,
we'll leave.
Yep.
And
So
then we stay the 28th in Brandon, South Dakota, and that's when we're going to go to Dakota.
oh, you forgot to call to see if the restroom's available. for
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah. Well, it's his personal cell. It should answer.
Yeah, we'll call later.
And then from there, we'll go to Mitchell and see Clockworks. And then from there, we'll be in Rapid City. How about that? So, Charlie. Oh, it's 98 degrees in Princeton, North Carolina, Joe Dog says. So, Charlie, tell Scott that Rush has pipes for Indians.
Yes.
Rush exhaust. If you put it on, it says Harley pipes, and then right underneath it in big letters says Indian pipes.
Because actually in Sturgis, they are going to be at the Indian dealer. And we forgot about that. That's where they were at last year, too. We didn't make it over there. We made it to the Indian dealer, but not where he was set up.
You'll be shocked. He says, what did you have for dinner? I had a hamburger, and he had a fish sandwich. Believe it or not.
We're at Culver's.
I showed him my ice cream cup.
Yeah,
Because I still got a little bit of ice cream left. I get the kids' meal, and then I get a free ice cream.
Not really ice cream. It's custard.
Custard. But it's still good. I love to meet you in Sturgis. Yeah. Okay, Nicholas, you'll have to
Ken
email
drove
us.
in Sturgis in 2 days. I don't know where did Ken come from. And we've done it.
Pretty quick.
We've done it. Did we go home in 2 days?
Yes, we went home in 2 days.
Yeah, so we've done 1,400 miles in 2 days before. Last time we rode our bikes.
I had my own bike.
600 miles tomorrow. No, we don't have 600 miles tomorrow. We're actually stopping. Where's tomorrow stop?
Jansville. Wisconsin.
Yeah. So we're stopping
So
there
it's
first. So
it's right around 300 miles.
yeah. So we have 2 more
296.
stops. One more stop before we get there.
Janesville, Minnesota, and then we'll be in Minnesota a few days, and then we'll be in South Dakota after that.
Yeah.
Julie's on. There's my cousin Julie. Meeting you.
Melting in Texas. It's hot. They're not getting any rain either. They're supposed to be like all their crops and stuff are dying
I
down
called
there.
your mom this morning because we went through Sandusky, Ohio, and I think that's where Grandma was from. And I wanted to know, and your mom didn't answer the phone.
Yes, we are having a meetup in Sturgis. Our first meetup is going to be on Monday,
August 8th
8th at Kathmandu. And we'll
at
do
3 o'clock.
Yep. As we get a little closer to the event, we will do a video just on that. So everybody will know where it's at. We'll show you where on a map and we'll
How to get
show you what it
there.
looks like coming in and show you who to talk to.
And we'll
all
be
that-
there most of the afternoon and early evening.
and show you where to go. We got he's got a big tin building there that's next to the bar and all that kind of stuff. And that's where our meeting is going to be. It's going to start about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go till whenever. So that's where it's going to be. It's over by the. If you want to Google it, Google the Veterans Cemetery or Susie's Campground. It's right there at that exit. It's right off the 90, right outside of Sturgis.
Hope to see you at the rallies this year. That's Toby SG. Whoops. Oh, where'd he go? He's way up there.
He lives in Sturgis.
Oh, there you go. All right, Toby. Well,
he lives in South Dakota. We're in South Dakota.
Yep.
Lives in
he lives in
Spearfish.
Spearfish. That's why
No,
he
that's
said
not the same one. That's Toad.
no, but Nicholas was up here. He said it's a what did he say? 2-hour drive. I love to meet you in Sturgis. I thought somebody said
No,
it was
right there. 2-day drive for Ken.
Oh, for Ken. All right.
There's Facebook logo. Plan to go to Sturgis in 2023.
Yes,
Happy to
George.
assist with the ride route some way. Just let me know what's needed.
George helped us on our first ride last year. We're gonna go this year. We're gonna go have a ride for everybody to go follow us out to Hewlett.
There's Colette. They're going to be in South Dakota next week.
Okay.
Culver's has got good food. Yep. And glad to see you guys went to Laconia.
All right. Yeah.
You guys plan all of your stops between here and Sturgis ahead of time. Yes and no. She did, and then they were all messed up. So
well, he first we were just going to boondock all the way across, and we were going to stay at like Bass Pro Shop.
But when you pulled that all back up, it ended up being that it wasn't where they were supposed to be. When we pulled it up, it's like there's a Home Depot there. I found it. Well, there is no Home Depot at that exit. So
well, I went to one of our apps. That's what I was using.
So Julie said Grandma is from Sandusky.
That's what I thought.
Pasta Corral having food trucks this year. Did you see? Yes, we could call them. And selling their incredible sauce. I didn't know they were selling their sauce, but we did know about the food trucks. We talked about that a while back. We need to call them because
that was in January.
She was supposed to call us and tell us what trucks they were going to have. We kind of knew which ones she said she was looking at.
Neil made it.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight, since we got about 45 people on, is we're thinking about doing something for 2023 in Sturgis. And what we're thinking about is getting one of these campgrounds to give us a designated area for the Bob and Tam
section.
That's right. And so that's what we want to know is how many people would be willing to go to a campground and stay. You know, do you have a trailer? Do you use a tent? Would you need a cabin? What would you need to do it? Would you need a rental trailer? Now, I'm not saying anybody will give us any deals or anything like that. It's more or less getting everybody into one location and being like, we could have a campfire or something at night or something like that, or do more rides together. So it's something we're thinking about, and we're going to approach a couple of the campgrounds when we get to town next week. So we wanted to kind of get an idea of like Kathmandu. I didn't get a final total, but I know there's about 8 to a dozen
of you guys that are going to be at Kathmandu camping. I don't know how close we're all going to be together, but
but that was nothing was set up about being close together or anything there. But so we're thinking a year ahead.
Cabin for me.
So we're thinking a year in advance for that. So we figured we wanted to try to see what we could get people what they needed, see what we could get everybody into. Like we got one of our friends that she wants to go. She got a motor home, and she needs 50 amp, and so. That's it. We need to know.
Charlie says if he had a place, he'd find a way.
All right. And so, there's always room for tent camping. That's not a big deal. But if you need electric, or I'm not sure what campgrounds will have full hookups. But like for in our case, that's all we want. We want at least 50 amp. And
Ryder X says he needs a cabin with air conditioning, Egyptian princess sheets, indicator to me while I'm there.
as long as
Can you
Walmart's got them in
arrange that?
stock, as long as Walmart's got them in stock, you can have them dropped off over there.
Princess, oh, to cater to his every whim. I thought he said Egyptian sheets. He said a waiter. Oh my
As long
God.
as you got money, we can hire anybody you want. Just leave us your credit card number.
I need to learn how to ride a motorcycle. If you can ride a bicycle, you can ride a motorcycle. That's
Yep.
the only requirement to take.
She had never rode a motorcycle. How old were you when you took your driver's test?
49.
Yeah. So all that time she did ride a bike once in a parking lot. I rented a bike in California and she rode it around. It was I don't know what it was, a Honda or something.
It was a Kawasaki.
Yeah,
it was a purple one.
Could have been. I don't remember what it was. And we had a guy that we used to rent bikes all the time, and it was very reasonable. And he was up in Hollywood area, and so we rented a few bikes. And she kept saying, "You always said you were gonna let me ride it. You let me ride it." So I stopped in this parking lot. Here you go. She kept it in first gear. She didn't kill it, and just drove in a circle. And I said, "Okay, you're done." Yeah.
That's all I got.
And then she took the rider's edge course, and that's how she became a rider.
You can try to Steel Pony as we stayed there last year. Sorry, we won't be there this year, I guess.
Okay,
That
so
was
this is
still
looking at 2023.
2023.
So it's a year from now. So it's giving people
Robert.
plenty of time to talk about it, to think about it. You know, we just want to know how many people would be interested, because the idea of this is, even if we go to a campground and they say, yeah, we'll hold you 20 spots, let's say, they're only going to hold them for so long. And that's what we would say. You would have to make a decision by, you know,
February 30th or
Yeah,
February 3rd.
yeah, I
It doesn't
don't know
have
what
30
it-
days in February.
yeah. So
February 15th.
yeah, maybe, you know, we'll see how it is. We have to see, well, who's willing and who's able to do it. There's also places that if you don't have a place to stay, you can also, which costs all adds up more money, is you can do like Jack's Campers. He rents trailers out and puts them on lots.
Robert,
stuff.
this year or next year? You're going to be there this year, right?
No, he can't go because he's got his army, his
Oh my gosh.
his guard duty, whatever it is.
Yeah, National Guard or
No, his thing he's got to do every year. They booked it with his
Reserve.
reserve. That's it. He had to do it the same weekend, and so there's no way he can change it. So he's not going this year.
Oh, they're currently Chris and Katrina are at boondocking at the wall of Badlands. Always great to see you live. Good to see you guys too, or hear from you guys. I guess I can't see you. You can see me. So they're in the Badlands. So how long are you guys going to be out there? We'll be there June 30th if you're still in that area.
And like Larry from Bug Slides, he's already out there. He actually lives up in Washington or Oregon, somewhere up there.
Yeah.
And he decided not to go home after the Ohio Bike Week. So him and his wife,
They're in Sturgis.
yeah, been in there all the time.
fishing,
Yeah, he
riding
loves to
around.
fish. And and she works from their RV. So
Roberto says he's good for Mexico though. We just have to see. So we got one person down from Mexico to go with us.
gonna get more.
Yeah. We'd be interested again. We had a blast last year. Okay. So that's what Bill says he would be interested. So what would you need, Bill? Do you have an RV or do you want a tent, or what do you need if we find a place? George says,
And nothing's in stone right this moment. I know everybody can kind of change in what they want to do. We just kind of wanted to get an idea of if anybody would be interested in doing this. And
George isn't going this year. He's the one that we met last year in Buffalo that rented from the
Yeah.
Jacks. He said that's what he would need a rental for him. I'll put you down, George, just to get an idea. Not this. You're not guaranteed. You're whatever locking you into anything.
because we'll have to see what, where it's at, what kind of prices we have, what if they'll give us any discount, I don't know. If we knew we had enough people for sure that wanted to do something, then
Somewhere
maybe.
you can really actually get some sleep. Oh, so here we go. This is like clear across the table. Army
You're gonna
Reserve.
delete people again.
No, I'm not. Army Reserves.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for 3 days, and it's on to Colorado. Sorry. So we won't see you, Chris and Katrina. And I speak Spanish. I'm learning. I got to do my Spanish today. I haven't done it yet, but I'm getting there.
But when our talk starts, like, what? Slow down.
Well, I mean, I'm on day 164. Today's 164. So you're supposed to do so much every day. On a serious note, It would be a decent cabin with air. All right.
Almost all the cabins come with air. Most of them have like a microwave. They have a bed. It's just we just want to see
They just
who's
don't have bathrooms, but
yeah.
most places have shower houses. So
It's no different than sleeping in a tent, but yeah.
yeah, but you have an air conditioner. You're sleeping on a bed. You're not really sleeping on the ground. We have a toy hauler. Okay, so Bill has a toy hauler.
And we might get a couple campgrounds that are kind of interested in. Maybe we'll come back and talk to you about all
Let's see
the
maybe
different
which
ones
one you
we'd
guys
be
would like to stay
interested
at.
in. It almost has to be one of the bigger ones because of to be able to hold spots. You probably couldn't go to like Days End or anything like that, and probably like Susie's. I don't know if Kathmandu would be able to do something like that because so many people like at Kathmandu already book year to year, and it's the same people coming all the time. To give us a designated area probably won't happen. You're probably looking at bigger campgrounds. I'm also looking for something that has other things going on at the campground to where we could do things with that. Which is leaving you with like the Pappy Hoyle campground. You're going with the Buffalo Chip, or you're going with I don't know. I don't know, but we'll find out. Maybe we found out now the owners of the Lampshire. Is that what
Yeah.
it's called? Lampshire
Yep.
Campground.
And who we stayed with last night, their
Relatives.
nephew is married to someone who's owns it. There you go.
So probably
Something like
the
that.
nephew owns it too. They're probably if you're married to somebody, you own it too.
Yeah, I guess.
So we may even find something there. I don't know. We've never been there. We've heard a lot of people stay there. Once again, we've just got to see what campgrounds has the
The mic's
room
on, too.
that they would do something like that. Because a lot of campgrounds might just say, I can't hold 20 spots for you, or I can't hold 10 spots for you, or I don't have my cabins are over here, and so you would not. Your people in cabins would be nowhere near us.
I can't believe we missed you, Skippy.
Yeah.
I'm just like so bummed out when he told me that, and it was like, I knew you said you were up there somewhere, but I wasn't thinking where. You should have.
Should have said something when we said we were going to travel in the 90s.
Yes. Dang it. I would have liked to meet you. Skippy's been watching us probably since the very beginning. I mean, he's like one of the first names I always remembered. Skippy, it was him and Guy Beaver and Buck Reynolds. Those were the three guys. And Bender hasn't been on.
Yeah, he commented the other day.
Oh, did he?
I've seen him comment. He hasn't been on too many lives. But we haven't really scheduled.
Not that I know of.
We haven't been scheduling lives ahead of time. So we're hopefully going to try to do one Sunday night like we normally do. And hopefully that'll be our normal time because we could be an hour earlier now. So we might do an 8 o'clock on Sunday, this Sunday. And
I don't know of any cabins that have their own bathrooms.
Yes, there is some, but they're big cabins.
No.
When we first were looking for cabins to go out to the very first time, I found some that had bathrooms in them, but most of them don't. But I'm not sure if it even have a shower. If you're going to do that, if you want a bathroom and a shower, you're better off just renting an RV.
David Flounder
You're probably
said
going to be
RV.
looking about pretty close to about the same amount of money.
Flounders.
Plus, with the RV, you've got a stove, you've got all the other stuff there, and if you did need a heater, you got one. Because we did have that one year with the first year we rented.
The very first time we
All she did is, you better have an air conditioner. Better have an air conditioner in there. Yeah, an air conditioner in there. But when it dropped down to when it dropped down to 35 degrees, we had to go down to Walmart get some blankets. We only brought a sheet.
That was the sheets, and I thought we'll be fine. Just a few sheets, and then we'll have air. We'll be fine. 10 is fine. 110 power is best. Okay, Larry. Larry Blevins.
And so yeah, everybody's different on what they need. But normally we could do power, usually 15 amp, 30 amp, or
well, if we're in that
50
area, I'm sure somebody will have a plug-in that you can plug in stuff or run you a electrical cord. Yeah.
And a lot of the places do allow an extra, like a tent or something on another spot.
Oh, George was suggesting Shade Valley, or is that too far out? He doesn't like it because just if you would ever be out at night, we stayed out there before, and it's a great place. It's really a great place. But if you get back after dark, that road is pitch black, and there's lots of animals.
Well, that and you're on the other side of the concerts. So if you need to travel back into town or come back to your campground, unless you do it during the concert, you got to get back really early. So that's the only reason. And Pappy Hoyle is kind of like that too. And the Buffalo Chip's kind of like that too, unless you're there for the concerts. So I don't know. As I said, there's a lot of things out there. We've got to a couple things that we're working on besides this to try to do for next year. So we're not quite sure what's going to happen next year, but it's just something. As we were driving across today, I thought about it. I was like, hey, why don't
The
we
light bulb went off.
get a place where everybody can come and stay, and and because we're looking at probably after this year, we're feeling that we may not need to run around all the time like we do now. Because once we, like this year, we're going to do the rides really good. We're going to explain them. We're going to talk about them. I can basically change that video every year, and it's the same freaking ride. Nothing changes. The road didn't move, and you still come in the same way, and so we could really redo those videos. And people do that. Somebody just redid Laconia, and I was watching the video, and I was like, it didn't look like this at all. And then I went back and looked, and I'm like, oh, it was a rally from 2015. The guy had redid it and put it up, and he wasn't saying it was the current one. If you read the whole title, it had something. He had a word that actually, if you looked at the word, it meant it was happened before.
So Steven's on. Hi, Steven. Lone Wolves on Wheels said clothing optional? Question mark.
Well,
Glencoe. We stayed at Glencoe.
Well, the buffalo chip is too, and I don't know if Pappy Hoyle is.
I don't know.
A lot of the campgrounds really don't care what you do,
They're
and
private property,
it's like the buffalo chip wasn't quite crazy, but I mean, we've seen a few women driving around. We didn't see any guys. We seen quite 5 or 6 women riding around golf carts, had no tops on, and
Well, Skippy Jones says he didn't know we were going that way, or he said we could have met up. That would have been awesome,
Yeah.
but he said next time, no
Yeah.
worries. Charlie says Lone Wolf, always clothing optional. Mike says
I was just talking about
rent a house in Sturgis.
I was just talking.
I know, I was thinking that too.
There's a lot of but to rent a house, you're limited to how many people you can put in the house. That would be the problem. And then also you're now with a lot of people you really don't know. And sometimes people can rub each other the wrong way. Because that's like I tell people, because they say, how do you meet all these different people from all different works of life? I said, well, when you're just meeting people for a short time, it's not that hard to get along with somebody. I used to work for a gas company, and the same thing with her. She worked in the hospital. You always, and it could be, some of you might get right on my nerves, but yet just to sit down and talk to you for a while, it's not a big deal. It's, we have something in common. You watch our channel and you motorcycles or whatever. So there's things to talk about. Doesn't matter what politics you are or what race you are, or, we have something that links us all together, which is motorcycles.
Yep.
And if you're not a motorcycle rider anymore, it's our channel that links you together.
So Cindy says she's been twice. They ride their motorcycles the whole way from Tennessee. It's too hot for her. Her husband goes, but she don't no more.
Fly up.
Yeah, you could do that. Meet him up there.
She's done that. She flew home one year.
Yeah, and then there's a couple people. I don't know if is it Rep Pink is his wife.
I think that's what he said.
He's gonna ride out,
and then he
or,
said,
or
she's
maybe they're
fly.
gonna trailer their bikes and then they're gonna both fly and then ride back. Somebody said was gonna do that. I don't remember who. Usually the girls you don't want to see that are not wearing clothes. It's usually
Which we
the
talk
girls
about.
don't want to see the guys. It's not the same for us as it is for you guys. Like women driving around with no top, sign me up. Here I am. Don't tell Katrina. Where is she at? I saw one of those holds 14, including tents in the front yard.
Now there is a house, which it is the one that one sexy biker chick has, but that would be really, she's not the cheapest place in the world. She's not bad for the front yard, $35. She's still got 10 spots available,
And
35 bucks a
breakfast
piece.
every morning.
Yeah,
They have a
breakfast
shower.
And there's another lady that's charging
bathroom.
$40 down the road, and sometimes she has food, sometimes she don't, sometimes she has this. Well, what's nice about one sexy biker chick, she's on our Facebook page, she's on our group page that we have that says how we can help you in Sturgis. I think she's on our regular Sturgis page too, that you can come on, and she's got rooms that she rents, but they're about $400 a day. And but yet you're right across the street from the Broken Spoke. You're 1 block away from Main Street. It's a great location. Yes, but for what I think we want to do, I don't know.
George also said maybe Nemo, anywhere in Nemo.
Yeah.
There's a couple campgrounds out there, I think.
I don't know. I don't know if there was one at the. Somebody asked me if that bar was still open, Brandon Iron, and I said it should be.
It should be. I mean, we were there last year, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. First reality show, not including FTS. There you go. We could be our own reality show for Sturgis. The Bob and Tam area. Would probably be a sight. A lot of houses available this year. Cancellations are funny. I
Which it is.
bet
Which it
a lot
is.
of people are saying it's too expensive to gas to get there.
Well, the other thing that I worry now about renting houses because we see it in Daytona, we've seen it in a bunch of places now. That one, there's people renting stuff that they don't even own, so you lost your money altogether. And then like in Daytona, a whole bunch of them have changed to where all of a sudden about a month before you can no longer ride motorcycles into the neighborhood. So they canceled everybody's reservation. So you were screwed, and half of them, I don't know if they even got all their money back. I heard a lot of people complaining. I don't know. That's why I'm really like we do know one guy that rents his basement out. Now he don't have enough room for all of us to come there, but I
Not
mean,
unless they go on vacation for a week and we rent the whole house.
yeah, I mean, it still wouldn't be that way. You still wouldn't get that many people in the house. So I don't know. I don't. Well, if you'd all go to Mexico and you rent that house, you could see how you all get along while we stay at her cousin's house. And then if that works out, maybe that'll be a good idea. We could try that. We got plenty of time. That's November.
Yep.
And
So we can do Mexico and then Sturgis the next year. Mexico in November and Sturgis in
and we'll
August.
find you guys a house and you guys can all rent it together and we'll come visit you and see how you're doing. If you get along really well,
You're supposed to all be together.
you got your cousin. You got to spend time with your cousin, don't you?
Well, that's in Mexico.
That's what I
I'm
said,
saying in
Mexico.
Sturgis.
That's what I'm saying. If it all works together, then maybe we could do it all together.
Mm.
But then we got to figure out, just like us, am I going to drag the trailer all that way and not stand? Because we can't ride the bike. She can't ride that far. So we can't ride the bike. And I'm not flying up there. That's just, it's too crazy to fly into Rapid City. It's not cheap because it's a small airport. You got to
Maybe I
fly
could get
somewhere
some
else.
gummies and I could just lie on the back. Oh, I'm gonna rent a couch in Bob and Tam's trailer. The couch is
There's no
gone
couch in there.
because to get the
Golf
golf cart and the motorcycle in there, we had to take the couches out. So
Yeah.
and
So
even the Happy Jack
So all
bed's
we have
gone.
is the table and we don't fold it down because my equipment sits on that the whole time. That's where I edit at.
Be holding steady. Houses and hotels are swapping a little more. Yeah.
And a hotel I don't do because there's
Hey,
really
Brother,
not
how you
an
doing?
area. See, to me, a campground is the way to go because we could do campfires or we could do, and it's easier to tell when people are up and going versus going around and knocking on everybody's door or calling them and seeing if they're awake or whatever. When you got a campground, everybody can come out in the morning and meet. It's just like at the Buffalo Chip, they have a pancake breakfast every morning. You could meet there and decide what whatever, where everybody can meet there and then leave from
Or
there.
at the campfire at night, we can discuss if we all want to. I mean, we don't have to do everything together
No.
24/7. Somebody wants to
What
get
I
up and
always
go
do,
somewhere.
here's the way I do things. And this is the way I've
Bob's way.
always done it. That's right. Here's our plans for today. We're going to do this and this and this. And if you'd like to come along with us, you're more than happy to ride along with us. If you want to just meet us there, that's great too.
But we're leaving at this time,
That's
and
right.
if you're not ready,
Kickstands are
we're
up.
leaving with
If I say we're leaving at 9:01, you'll see the taillights as they go out the driveway. That's the way it works. And you can catch up. I'm more than happy to tell you the stops that we make. And everybody that rides with me always. Now, I haven't done rides like I do when I was in California, where we stop a lot and we look at different things and do all this different stuff. And I've never had anybody that did a ride that I put on.
complained about
That's right. They're like, there's people in California that I've gone down these roads and they're like, how did you find all these great places to go? I'm like, I don't know. I look around for stuff.
research.
I don't do as much now as I used to.
He's an internet hound.
I used to spend a lot of time on. I used to read books too. I used to buy all those. I don't know what those books are.
Flounder. I don't know,
the
travel
tourist
books.
Yeah, I used to buy those and I'd read up on them. That's before the internet. And I'd read up on all this stuff, find all these little places. I'd highlight them all and write them down. And
That's how we found a lot of places because we used to go vacation in California before we moved out there. And that's, when we moved out there, and I would tell people that live there wouldn't know where half these places
they're
were.
like, oh, did you ever go to the park down there where they filmed MASH at? Where's that at? Right there on Mulholland Drive. It's actually, now it's a park. But then there's another one that's the old Paramount. It
Studios.
Burned down. It's supposed to be rebuilt maybe by now. But we got to
That's
see
where
when
they
it's
used
original.
to film like
All the old westerns and stuff. They actually,
Bonanza.
what's that one show, Doc? That girl that was a doctor.
Oh yeah, Dr. Quinn
Yeah, she was filmed
with Jane
there.
Seymour.
and a whole bunch. I've been to all kinds of places like that. And
So Greg M says, sorry for the roads in Ohio. We're in Indiana now.
Pennsylvania sucked big time too.
And yeah, well, Pennsylvania wasn't bad going through the tolls, but Ohio sticks it to you.
Yeah, it was $25 to go from Ohio from one border to the other. Here, they're looking at $45. They on crack or what? It's Indiana's not even half the distance of what Ohio is.
Well, even Pennsylvania wasn't bad. When we left Pennsylvania, what was it?
Well, we don't know
$1.25?
we don't know. We don't really know. The one state we don't know. They never did tell us.
That was New York.
Oh, they never tell you. Well, they threaten you that they're going to fine you if you don't sign up ahead of time. Well, we end up talking to a lady that's in charge at one of the truck stops.
Oasis.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know why they do that. They'll send you a bill, and when you get the bill, it takes about a month to get it. As long as you pay it in 30 days, that's the end of it. There's no extra charges.
It depends on where they send the bill.
Well, it's just South Dakota.
That's where they should send it, but if they send it after we leave, then
shut them out.
Ryder X will sleep in the golf cart. Skippy says, find someone with a big property. I'll make medicated gummies to him.
We've got that right on the other side of the buffalo chip. There's one of our subscribers.
Yeah,
she'll be there. They'll probably be more than happy, but there's nothing there. I don't think they have. I think they have utilities for their own. Probably have water, and they might not even have that. I don't know what they have. But some of the lots out there have nothing. 160 Biker Chick's got a lot out there. I don't know if they're side by side or not, but there's nothing. There's no trees. There's no nothing. You're in the middle of nowhere. So you need to bring a generator.
Says, I'm going to stay at the buffalo chip this year. No campfire.
You can't have campfires.
Mike, we already Mike's going to be there, and somebody else is going to be at the buffalo chip.
Bunch of people.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people said they were hoping to catch up with us. Somewhere along the line in the chip, we will meet with everybody. We'll have passes and stuff. We're not staying there, but the pre-rally. We'll be there from the 29th to the 4th or 5th. We're leaving.
You could do that. That's what George is going to do. If he goes, he says he rents a camper. Can manage sleeping in the golf cart. It's not very big. You'd really have to curl up in a little ball. But Mrs. X ain't going to do that. No, probably not. I don't think Angie would do that. What about those who don't have bikes? We would love to check out Biker Chicks. Are we welcome? Once again, don't tell Katrina. Yes, Chris, you're more than welcome to come. You don't have to have a bike.
Well, if you stayed in a campground, like for instance, like the Buffalo Chip, if you stayed at the Buffalo Chip, there's enough junk going on there the whole time that when we're out riding, you find stuff to do.
The Central. He says, Brian's World. Hello, I love the Central. I don't know what that means. Before internet, yes, there was a time before the internet. Believe it or not, our grandkids don't know anything about that.
Before cell phones.
Brian's on.
I had a bag phone to start with.
Brian, we're going to be in Minnesota. We're going to be down in Spring Grove for 3 or 4 days. So if you're anywhere around there, maybe we can meet up before Sturgis. Because he's going to Sturgis. He's the one I think that won the passes that we gave away, Brian. Sierra's Nevada. Brian's World. Oh, that's Central. Oh, Central Time Zone? Is that what he's talking about? No, that's not Central Time Zone.
What?
Sierra Nevadas. That's Pacific. Solvang is nice. You know where Solvang is, Charlie? I don't think you've been to California. Yeah. That's the only Solvang I know. They should have turned MASH filming site into a tourist and camping site. That would have been cool.
Yeah, but you never did get in there.
We walked to where MASH was at. Oh,
it's about a 4 mile. Well, it burned down last year or 2 years ago. It burned again. It's burned a couple times.
Like
actually, if you watch the show, the very last episode, it had already all burned up. I think they said it was like a bomb or something hit it, or they attacked it. Well, they ended it that way because the whole campground burned down.
It was all gone.
But there was a road coming from the other way. If you come in with a hike, there's a trail that leads you in there, and you could. We took pictures of it. We didn't have YouTube then. And you could actually see where the helicopters came in. The steps were still there. And somebody had made frames to kind of show you where each thing was at.
Each tent was at.
There was a couple old trucks out there that were left because they had gotten firebombed the first time when the forest fires were out there. They just left them sitting there. But we haven't been out since that last fire. And also at the Paramount Ranch, we haven't been out there either. That's all. Most of those things are all up in Mulholland Drive in California.
Mohawk Mike's on. You're going to Sturgis this year, aren't you, Mohawk Mike? Or did he say no? Pennsylvania tolls suck. Yes. Mike says Mohawk. They're all from Arizona. Checking in. What did I miss?
Well, we're talking about maybe doing a community camping in Sturgis in 2023. We're just trying to see what people would want Like if you've got your own RV, if you do a tent, if you need a cabin, if you want an RV to rent, what would you need? But the reason we're asking all this is because we want to try to figure out a designated area. And we could go from there. Like if people needed to rent, we had a lot of people wanting to rent trailers. One I know of is because the Buffalo Chip, George was in Georgia that one.
George, yeah.
George rented up there, and we could probably get some of those spots there for RVs. I don't know where we put the tents. Tents could probably go on the RV sites.
Well, they were pretty close up there, remember?
Yeah, but they're really long. That's where the
Yeah.
Monkey Man was at. It was
Yeah.
up in there. They were really long spots.
Yeah. That's what George was saying here. Get Woody to set up a section at the Chip. We
So we might.
don't know till you ask.
That's right. So we're going to talk to some of these people and see what they'll do.
Yes, the Chip is
And,
its own rally.
Yeah. And we're planning on, we've been looking to do something with the Chip next year too. And depending on what we do with what we have, what we do. But I had no idea, out of all the times we've been to Sturgis until last year, I had no idea all the stuff that the Buffalo Chip does. And people say you can't sleep there. You don't want to be on the front side of the stage. That's what you don't want on. We had no trouble sleeping last year. Yes, there's people that are out there riding around drunk, but Glencoe this year, everybody thought, hey, it's really great. They put all that new asphalt out there on the main drag. Well, we heard there was burnouts all night long. So it was probably tough sleeping there last year. So, but
George says, don't forget, an RV rental will need a honey dipper available.
Yeah,
Yep, because
that's what pumps you out.
unless you stay at one that's got sewers sites.
Yeah.
Depends on where we stay.
Yeah, depends on what you have and what you want to do. It's like Pappy Hoyle. But see, I look at that as the Pappy Hoyle and for when it comes to cabins and the Buffalo Chip, they're very close to being the same price. And you're getting a lot more at the Buffalo Chip than what you get at Pappy Hoyle's. They got the swimming pool, but that's probably
they don't have a Bikini Beach.
Yeah, they don't have that. Well, they don't have the concerts that they have at the Buffalo Chip.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not real fond of anything. Well, they are going to have Quiet Riot, I guess, opening for the Buffalo Chip. But other than that, there's
70s rock and roll.
not a whole lot.
Or some country.
Which I think I got a couple country guys coming in, but I mean, there's not.
Snoop Dogg.
There's not a lot of concerts at the Chip this year that is really flipping my trigger. And but I mean, there's so much other stuff. Like I said, we don't know for sure what everything they're doing. I mean, they have the lingerie wrestling, and they have all these contests and stuff that go on. They have 10 bike shows. They have all the other stuff that's free outside that you go to. And so there's so much stuff going on there that's why I said one year we're going to just spend the whole time there and that's it. And film, just tell everybody, here's all the things this place has. You could come here, which we did. We found people last year that go to the Buffalo Chip, never leave. They don't ride, they don't do anything. They go there and they party with their buddies.
That's what Mike's just saying. You can check in the first Monday and never leave the Chip and
be totally entertained.
They have their own rally right there at the Chip. They do. They got
and they have their own private rides you can go on, which are the charity. They're charity rides. They have the girls ride. There's a whole bunch of. They got the Rusty Wallace ride. They got a bunch of stuff going on if you want to be involved. Now most of them, the rides do cost, but all that money goes to charity. So you get you can take it off your taxes.
Buffalo Chip has they call it Bikini Beach. It's like a little pond lake.
And they have a rope on it. And last year they had like a slip and slide. They blew up this big old thing and they
like
soaked it down. And you would run and you could jump on it and shoo, fly out like Superman. And they had like the best swing. They say if you get down there about 2:00 and it's optional. Get my point.
In the morning, 2 a.m.
Yeah, optional.
George says Leonard Skinner's supposed to be this year at Buffalo Chip.
Yeah, I think I did see that. That'd be good.
So that's two. They got 2 coming on.
Yeah.
That we would concert suck this year early for One Forever says.
Well, see, I think they're wanting to get too much. They want to bring in the millenniums, and some of you may be millenniums, and that's okay. But it's like it's.
Bye, Skippy.
But to me, it's not all about concerts, and I don't know. We don't really do a lot of the concerts. Anytime we do, even if we go, like a bunch of people complaining that Hairball is playing again at the Iron Horse. Well, have you ever seen Hairball?
Hairball's
They're
pretty good.
actually like a Vegas act. They have somebody that dresses up like Van Halen and sounds like him. They got somebody that dresses up like Kiss and sounds just like him. And each one of their shows are totally different. And it's
David Lee Roth and there's a bunch.
They got like
Never
8 or 9 different guys.
Twice.
Yeah. So you could go every night and it's a different show. And I like that. I sometimes I find out that tribute bands actually do a better job than the actual band today, because the band today is a lot older. They don't sound the same.
Or they've only got one real member and
Yeah.
everybody else is
Well, it's
distant
like Foreigners
relatives.
like that. One guy, I think the guy that started Foreigner is the only guy that's still on there. Everybody else is somebody new. And most bands are like that. They can't keep, especially if they've been playing since the 60s or 70s.
Mike says this year the chip will have guns. Guns and Roses or guns like guns. We're gonna go through this again.
Oh yeah, they're having they've had it before though.
Oh, the guns where you can shoot.
The
Yeah.
machine gun shoot. They've had it. I don't think they did it last year, but they've had
I
it the
think
years
so.
before because we've gone out there. And it's
And then
always
they've
it's
got
out there on the
the
backside.
the bike races too,
Yeah.
where they jump and
They've
do all
got
that
another
stuff like
thing coming
motocross.
on. I forget what it was called. They have something else that's going on over there. I can't think of what it was the other day that I got an email for. That I thought, that'd be pretty neat. It's gonna be at that other place. What's the other park across the street?
Zero. Camp Zero.
Yeah, Camp Zero. They're gonna have just something else at it, and I was like, man, that sounds like that would be really fun to go check out.
Machine guns on the guns, full auto retails.
Yeah.
Rentals.
And they're probably not cheap, but I mean, it's the fun of going out there and shooting and doing all that. And here, go blow your nose and fill that up.
I know.
It's just sneezed.
Oh.
So now she can't.
You want
walk.
to see
She
again?
said
I
too long,
can't. I sat too
guess.
long. Oh,
So
yeah,
let's see. Actual weapons. Yep. They did that years ago. I know 2 years ago they did it. Last year, because the signs are back there for it. It's back there on the other side when you go out the back gate where the RVs park at. There's a sign back there that says, and I thought they were going to do it last year, but we never got back over there to see if they did it or not. But they used to do it right back there. And we'd seen it, I think, first or second time we ever went out there. When I went out with our first time, we found out that they were doing the shoot. I think that's where they had us park at, out that parking lot up there. So I don't know. We'll have to see what people want to do, and if you're interested in something like that, because we do. We got a lot of you that are coming to Kathmandu and staying, and so that's what kind of made me think about doing this and have more fun. You could do some stuff with us, and you guys could do stuff with each other. Not crazy stuff, but you know what I mean. And go from there, and just be a little different, and plus, also we're going to have, since I think we have everybody on here, Mike and Neil and all of them, we're going to have in Sturgis, it might be not this Sunday, maybe next Sunday, or maybe a day during the week at night, we're going to do a Q&A for Sturgis. And so what we're going to do is we want to do it early enough. Well, we're going to be 2 hours, they're in Mountain Time. So yeah, 2 hours earlier, so that'd be kind of good. Try to do it to where some of the businesses might still be open, to where if somebody's got a question, we could call. But to have you guys all along with us, and you guys could answer the questions in the chat, not bringing you on, but in the chat, you guys could be answering stuff that we don't answer, or maybe you already knew, and we'll just let you guys answer it. And we'll talk about that. So we figure that's going to come up maybe 2 Sundays from now. And we'll put that up way ahead of time, telling you when it's going to be. We're going to take a picture out in front of the Sturgis sign saying, hey, we're here. Let's answer the questions that you want to know about Sturgis. And maybe we'll get Tony on, and he'll be on there for Glencoe, and he can answer questions about that. I'm talking now about the Q&A. Since Mike and Neil were on, they could come on too, and they could help answer questions in the chat. Because it could get to where there's a ton of people be asking a lot of different questions.
Are you going to go to Sturgis next year, Michael? Michael Campbell? He's going to stay at the Kathmandu in a cabin. He got the last cabin. Cam, don't sneeze again. He will ask you to do something else. Oh, I forgot to pull my nose. Hopefully. Nothing there. Especially if you're watching on a giant TV screen. Gross.
Get you all caught up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty exciting. 63 on.
How about that?
Not too bad. And so that's pretty neat. We are looking at a new drone, and if we do that, we may have a giveaway for our Maverick Mini. It's got like
when did we get that idea?
And I was going to sell it, but I mean, really a used drone like mine isn't going to, which is what I'm looking to buy, is another used drone. I'm looking at the Maverick Pro 2, and something that can follow us and stuff. And she's going to go get her license, a pilot license.
And I get to drive it then, right?
Yeah.
If I got the license.
You wreck it, you buy it. You just have to be there while I'm flying.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but she's the one I paid to go through college and
so
all
that. Means
that.
I'm the beauty and the brains?
You don't have any street smarts. Sometimes you don't even have college marks sometimes. Sometimes I try to explain stuff to her. She's like, huh? Huh? She's really not blind. She's a redhead.
Not red. Strawberry blonde.
Yeah. See? Got it from her daddy. Didn't have much hair on his head.
Not there at the end.
Got a comb over. You think Trump was bad? You should have seen his hair. What?
Talk bad about my dad.
I'm just telling the truth.
Well,
Nobody's commenting.
Nope.
They're just listening.
they're thinking you were getting some dirt. Anyway.
So that's what we're going to talk about tonight is that. And I'm not going to have a video come tonight. I don't know what the internet is right now. And I've got to edit on the bed because our table's all folded up because we got all our junk in front. There is no storage in a toy hauler. So
No.
So I didn't know how much time we had. So that's why I thought, let's just come up here and we'll talk about that tonight and see how many people would be interested in that. And we'll be showing up in Sturgis here on the 30th, which I don't know what day that is. It might even be a day early. I don't know. I guess that's going to be Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday, I guess we show up. I don't know. In Sturgis. And we'll have some stuff there to be talking about and show you what's going on. And we got a bunch of meetings up with the city.
So the
and with
30th is on the Thursday. So probably wouldn't be till July 1st before we actually go into town and do anything.
And then we'll start working on our ride videos.
Hopefully, they're going to have their fireworks because they said they didn't have them last year because it was too dry. It was the high danger.
Well, that's not what I heard.
Danger.
I heard the reason they're not having fireworks is because of the Indians. They're complaining. Too much noise
on the Indians.
Too much noise over the burial ground.
Now I'm not home anymore because at home, our Indians do fireworks 3 times a year. They do it Labor Day, Memorial Day, and 4th of July.
They have really good fireworks because they can do anything they want.
And they started it again, and I'm not home. And if they don't have it in Sturgis, I won't be happy. I miss my fireworks.
Probably the city of Rapid City probably does some.
I don't know. So, did I miss what's up with the bike?
Nope, that has not come up yet. You should have got a sneak peek of him working on the bike the other day in the video. I threw a couple clips in there because I was running out of things to put on the video.
Frank, 2 words, happy marriage, just here. That'll never happen. No, Slim Jim. Bob's bike problem is the world's best kept secret.
He wanted to know so bad. Some of you have said it. And I've said it, what I thought it was. But we all said a lot of things, so.
Soon. Hopefully when we get to Minnesota, I'll tell them that
because I'll have some time once we will get everything out of the trailer and I'll be able to start. Well, there's a bunch of videos I need to do that I have not done. And we still got the veterans wall from Daytona, from before Daytona ever started.
Daytona Dave told us about it, and he keeps asking if you can put that video up.
And it's there, but I haven't got to it. And there's a bunch of other ones. I got fairing one to redo. I've got air shocks install that we need to do. I've got Boss Hoss is coming out with a new bagger. You got to call him too to make sure they're coming to Sturgis when they're going to get here and see if he wants to film the bike again or if he wants to just go with what I got. And if it's on schedule, then he's going to produce it.
They said you should be a stripper. What a tease.
Can't dance on a pole.
Can't dance on a what?
Pole.
What does it say, Bob? BRB? I don't know. I don't know what that means. BRB.
Not looking. Can't see it.
You got your good one. I guess those are your good ones. All right, 60's on. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up before you leave.
Yeah. So actually, we're still doing pretty good. We have not paid over $5.99 a gallon, which we, according to the pump, we have, but not according to what we actually pay. So we're doing a video on that soon. If you got a diesel and you pull an RV, once again, we're getting anywhere from 40 to 60 cents a discount on gas. That's what's keeping us under $6 a gallon.
BRB means be right back.
Yeah.
That you didn't say nothing.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Oops.
We're going to the potty room.
I don't know. I guess it was Mike. Hello, Bob and Tam. How you guys doing? Hydrate, please hydrate. It's been getting to that point.
Yeah, it's hot.
Getting warm.
Sweaty. It's gonna get hotter as we're going across the U.S. here. It's getting warmer and warmer. Actually, tonight they're actually talking today, and when after we got to the campground, it was actually a little bit cooler. I think it was like 82 or 83,
It wasn't
and
too
it was
bad.
as high as 89.
Because
as
we
were driving
disconnect.
the highway.
Usually, if we only stay one night, we don't disconnect. But
We need to go to Walmart and get some ice and stuff like that. So we thought, let's just unhook the truck, and we do have 300 miles to drive
The little
tomorrow,
boy,
but we might not leave quite as early tomorrow. We're going to the Elks, stand there, and we got something going on at the Elks tomorrow night too.
bingo.
Not
It's
a
that.
big bingo
Well,
yet.
we were supposed to stay there Friday night,
They have
and they said they
band and
got the
food.
best band. They said they packed the house and they have dinner, and they said, "Oh my gosh, you got all this good, great stuff. You're coming on a good night." Then I called today and said, "We're gonna be there Thursday, not Friday." She's like, "Oh," I said, "We're gonna miss your band," and she's like, "Yeah, you can come to bingo." I'm like,
There you
"Think
go.
about it."
We're not big bingo people. It's kind of a slow pace game. The time we played bingo was probably when we had the camp work was in our campground back
Yeah.
in the 80s.
In Lost Valley Lake, we used to play with the kids. We used to go down there.
And they gave junk away. They gave money away for a while, and then they found out it was considered gambling.
So what they would do is
You
for
had to buy a
your
hot dog.
for your $2, you got a soda and a bag of popcorn, I think, and then you got your cards, and then they gave away money. So hey, there's a way around it, right?
Always.
I should have my bag back on Friday. The fuel moto map that I paid $100 for was way off. Darn. Well, at least you'll have it back, and hopefully it'll be nice this weekend, and you can go riding. Because poor Ryder X hasn't had his bike. It was it been like 6 weeks now?
It's like 7.
Oh my gosh. You can film the bingo ladies eating it.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys. The other day when we did that live from the grocery store, I had to go back out to the truck for something. Maybe it was at the end of the night when we were putting stuff away. She had to go to the bathroom or something. And there was a lady at the trash can, had a bag of chicken
She was
wings.
sucking on a bone.
Could have been her sister. And when I came back, I was getting ready to get my phone out, and she kind of looked at me, and she put it back in the bag and walked away. I think it was her sister.
I don't know. He says, "Oh, I saw a lady. She was chewing on some chicken bones." I was like,
And just right in the trash can. Cleaner than the dog got him.
I don't know.
But yes, we did see the chicken lady.
Or her
No
sister.
chickens.
All right. You've been on 53 minutes.
So we'll go for a couple more minutes.
All right.
So we ended
Still
up.
got 61 on.
So we're in
Don't forget to give us a thumbs
Indiana.
up.
And tomorrow night we're going to be in what state?
Wisconsin,
Yep. And then we go to Michigan,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
We're in Michigan right now.
Oh,
We're right on the borderline.
Howie.
We're in Howie, Indiana, and we're like the 90 goes right alongside of the border.
Yep. And then
This is where we were going to stay 3 or 4 nights because I was going to meet my friend that lives in Michigan, but couldn't make it down here. Oh, I don't get to see her. Oh, did we get all those? Oh, this is our email if anybody wants to email us. And I've got down everybody that was thinking about maybe going to Sturgis if we do a Bob and Tam section. And we'll have to do a video on it too, I guess, because a lot of people don't watch lives.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do that too.
Once we get to Sturgis and talk about what we're doing and talk to a couple of these campgrounds, we'll kind of come back with a video on what might happen or what our plans will be for 2023. And
Or
see
who might be
interest.
welcoming us to stay at their campground with our subscribers that are so awesome.
Yeah.
Hello from Alabama. Who is that? Oh, that's the live chat. Dang it. And I'm going to be way behind now. Yep, I have no idea. So hello there from Alabama. I don't know who you are because it says Facebook user and I didn't have my Facebook one up. I'm way behind. And you can't fast forward Facebook. I don't know why. You can YouTube, but you can't Facebook.
If you close it and open it back up, it should be there.
Deb and Mike, drive safe. We will.
You're telling us to drive safe.
Yeah.
So
We're in
pretty
Indiana
exciting.
now. Going to be in Wisconsin tomorrow and Minnesota the day after that. And then
South Dakota.
on the 28th of June, we'll be in South Dakota. And we'll take 2 days to get
Now
across.
we're gonna have videos for that. I'm gonna have to do Dakota Gauges. We're gonna go do a tour through there, and then we're gonna go over to Clockworks. Hopefully Brian will be there or somebody will be there and show us all about what Clockworks has and what they're doing and excitement going on there. So there'll be some more videos that we're gonna have coming out soon
Robert
for you guys.
Jenkins.
So that'll be kind of exciting if you guys want to see that. We're just trying to find some more content for when we're not at rallies, because it seems like most people want to see rally stuff. And unless we get something set up with one of these, with something we can't, like if we get something set up with Sturgis or something like that, that will give us information all year long, then yeah, we could do like Sturgis all year long. Tell you, hey, here's what's going on, here's what the city's planning, here's what's happening. And we don't know anything about that yet. The city has not called us back yet, so that's another one of our visits probably after the 4th of July. We'll be rattling Sturgis doors to find out what the heck is going on out there.
Yep. What city in Minnesota? Spring Grove, Minnesota. It should be right off the 90 there.
So we're traveling all the way across the 90s where we're at. So that's where we're at.
That's right now why we're in
Howie,
Indiana.
Howdy, or
Right.
Howell.
It's Howe. I think they just pronounce it Howe.
Sounds better as a Howie. I like Howie.
Well, see, when I first booked it, I thought it said Howie. That's why I kept saying Howie, but it says Howe now. So somebody put an I in there somewhere. I don't know.
All right, I guess we're done.
All righty.
Done an hour.
So, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We really like hanging out with you guys. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to our channel. Did I say that? Subscribe to there's four little kids over here I'm keeping an eye on. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you in the next video.
What town is in South Dakota?
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Is where Dakota Gauge is.
Yeah.
That's why they call them Dakota Gauges.
I guess so.
We won't get to go in the factory because they have trade secrets, but the idea is they've got a great showroom. They're going to show us stuff. They make gauges for everything, off-road vehicles, for old cars, for all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of neat. And what we do is ask them some questions about how much of their stuff. I know it's assembled there. Is what all do they make? And it just gives you some really good information. And it's great to see American-made companies. We got a bunch of them coming up next year that we're
once we get back home, we've got a bunch of different. Couple in Arizona, a couple in California, so that'll be kind of cool.
Yep. And then we got some if we make it back over to the East Coast and in North Carolina and Tennessee.
There's like
we got
4 or 5.
A whole bunch of stuff we're gonna get to see. We're gonna go out to Boss Hoss, gonna see how watch them build some bikes and all kinds of neat stuff. So we got a great next year going to be planned. May not be all rallies, might be a lot of other stuff. And then the garage is being built at home. So hopefully by the time we get out of Sturgis, the building will be delivered, and from there we can give you maybe if we're home, we'll give you a rundown of as they do stuff to the building. You can see what we're having done. And I see Adam's taking my idea of building a studio. His garage is already there.
Yeah.
But
he's got a head start on this.
So we'll see whose studio looks better. And mine's all gonna be brand new. So that's an advantage I got. I got a big open space. I don't have anything to have to move to make things work. I'm gonna build everything in with it. So
he's gonna have his garage built around his studio.
Yeah. And so one part of a boat and a boat and trailer in there, my truck is sitting there. And then other than that, we don't really have anything else to sit in there. And then might put a Mustang in there. It's convertible. And
it's a baby. It's never been out in the sun. Very, very seldom.
2002. Bought it new.
20 years old this year.
Yep. Sits in the garage because it ain't worth nothing. So we just keep it in the garage.
My baby.
We go on nice days. We drive around with our top off. And
nobody ever guessed my license plate.
We didn't talk about that yet.
No.
Maybe we'll do that some night.
I had a vanity
and they also want to tell my story about. Maybe we'll do our story soon about going to Sturgis by
Barney Five.
Barney Five pulled us over and how that all worked out. And, some of you know it, have seen it. I
think Charlie has seen it. Ryder X has seen it.
And they've also been saying, yes, do that on a live, do that on a live. So that'll be coming up. Some of our adventures of going to Sturgis on our bikes. But that, we're going to leave you right here because the kids are getting loud. So we'll leave you at that. And we'll see you guys later. And hopefully tomorrow, see where we're going to be at tomorrow night. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow night yet. If I'll have a video.
Playing bingo.
I got some neat video that we got captured today. Maybe I'll be able to get that, do a little bit of that tonight and finish it up tomorrow. And then we'll have that up tomorrow night. But that, we're going to leave you right here. And we'll see you all later.
Road. Bye.